Charles Do Bronx is fighting Michael Chandler at UFC 309.
There is not one MMA fan on the planet that doesn't want to see me rematch you, Charles.
But Olivera must lose this fight.
Pode bater, bate, filha. Homem aqui aguenta, rapaz. Nós é iluminado, rapaz.
This is the best thing that can happen to the lightweight division right now.
What? What the fuck?
Okay, don't click off. I like Olivera. I'm a fan, alright? He's one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. I love watching his fights.
Charles do Bronx! E porra! 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 Tudo bem?
But today I'll explain why he must be sacrificed for the betterment of everybody else. And I'm sure by the end I'll gaslight you. I'm learning from the gaslighting god himself. Firstly, Olivera has nothing left to offer for the lightweight division. He has fought all the top 5 in the lightweight division, gave us some of the best fights, beat up a lot of good fighters like Dustin, Justin, Chandler, Benil. He finished all 4 of them. Brother, his title run was crazy. He gave us some of the most iconic lines. The champion has a name and the name is Charles Oliveira. Charles do Bronx.
O campeão tem nome, se chama Charles do Bronx.
I keep saying this in my sleep to this day. But that's it for him. He lost to Makhachev and I don't think he can get that belt back.
Tá faltando alguma coisa aqui. Cadê meu cinturão?
Makhachev is not losing that belt for a long time. You know it. The rematch between Makhachev and Olivera will not be close. When Olivera vs Makhachev 2 was made, it wasn't as big as the first time. The hype was lesser because everybody knew Olivera won't be able to beat Makhachev. Makhachev's style does so well against Olivera. Also, Makhachev is better at almost everything, be it striking, wrestling, clinching, grappling. Alright, some biased Makhachev haters will say, what if Makhachev does not have the belt? What then? Let's just say Makhachev loses his belt to Arman. Olivera already lost to Arman. There are very minimal chances of him getting his belt back either way. I won't be able to take another Charles Oliveira title fight loss, and that will be too much to take in, and my faint heart cannot handle that. I love Olivera and I want to see him win. I've devised a master plan for him. I think Olivera should change his weight class. He cannot offer much to the lightweight division right now, but 145 or 170, that is featherweight and welterweight, both will be amazing. At 145 we can have so many amazing matchups. Like we can have Olivera versus Holloway 2. Holloway beat him last time due to an injury. It's time for Olivera to get this one back. Olivera versus Volk. It was in the talks. If Makhachev didn't win against Olivera, we would have seen this one already. I would love to see it now. Olivera versus Diego Lopes. Very similar fighters actually, both are Brazilian. Both are powerful strikers with high level jiu-jitsu, with a lot of finishes under their belt. Olivera versus Tuporia. Brother, this one will be crazy. 170 pounds is even better actually. I'm sure he will submit most of the wrestlers at welterweight. Olivera versus Kamaru Usman. Olivera outstrikes Usman easily and his grappling is decent enough to not get dragged all by Usman. Olivera eats Kobe Covington for lunch. He eats Leon Edwards for dinner.
That's 10 fights in a row.
Olivera versus Bilal. Bilal will try to mimic Makhachev, but his striking is not on the same level. He can take Olivera down, but his grappling is not good enough to keep him safe from the best submission artist of the UFC. Olivera will throw a triangle or an armbar from his back. I think Olivera will be very successful at 170 pounds. Also, if Olivera wants the money fight with Conor, that will happen at 170, not at 155. And honestly, if Conor ever comes back, Olivera versus Conor is not a bad fight. Olivera is a huge star too, and that pay-per-view would be massive. Now you will ask, why should Chandler win? See, Chandler has given a lot to lightweight division, but it's time to squeeze the last bit out of him. All his fights have been bangers. He always puts up a fight but eventually loses. People call him low IQ fighter who empties his gas tank in the first round, but guess what? He has the best chance to dethrone Makhachev. Believe it or not, but that's true. I don't think anyone will be able to dominate Makhachev or beat him in a strategic fight. But if you make it ugly, make it a brawl, you can create some openings. Go all out in the first round and hope you catch him with something. If you do, you are the world champion. If you don't, you will lose in the next round. But you will lose anyways if you try to play safe with Makhachev. And the build up will be amazing for this fight. This fight can be promoted as American wrestling versus Russian wrestling. It will bring a lot of eyes on UFC. Makhachev and Chandler have gone back and forth with each other in the past.
Chandler, if you hear me, let's go. Let's do this. You come from Bellator, I wanna check your skills.
And they won't be buddy-buddy in the build-up either. They will be talking shit the whole time. Makhachev will make jokes on Chandler waiting for corner for 2 years and never getting that fight. Chandler will not like it. He'll clap back with something that Makhachev will not like.
But he still hasn't beat anybody inside the top 10, you know?
Everything in this world will be good if Olivera loses this fight. I hate watching my man lose, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
He'll be the sacrificial lamb for his own good. No matter win or lose, everyone knows the champion has a name and the name is Charles Do Bronx.
God bless. I'll see you at the top.